If I had to say something about Liz, I would say she would bend over backwards to make sure that Sunday morning services happen. And the great thing about Mike is that he would bend over backwards to make sure that Liz is going to be okay while she's bending over backwards.
I honestly got to say this is definitely a couple that was made in heaven.
I was going to Catholic church and everything was going fine for me with church. Then I met Liz and she didn't like the Catholic church so much, and wasn't real comfortable at the church she was going to, so we knew we had to find somewhere that we could go together. Having that difference with our religions really was tough for us, and we knew that if we didn't find a church together that we both could go to and like, that we'd have to, end our relationship. And we wanted to kind of do it early on before it got even harder. The one thing about Paradox I think we both liked is the first time we went there, we just had to tell everyone we knew about what the message was about. And we went a couple more times, and every time it was the same. And we knew when we went there that was a place that we could go grow together.
And I think that says a lot for their relationship, that they would mutually yield to one another in love, and it just showed true caring and kindness for one another.
Before I came to Paradox, I think I had a lot of these ambitions and goals that I wanted to accomplish, but not really any idea as to where to start. And the church I was going to was great, and but it just wasn't the right fit for me.
Distinctly remember a conversation I had with my mom that she said that she believed God had awesome things for Liz, and that she felt that they were bigger than what was happening in my dad's church, and that God was changing the mission that he had for her personal life.
I came to Paradox one Sunday just basically checking it out and seeing if it was something that Mike and I would like, and we loved it the first time we came. And a couple weeks later I was offered the opportunity to be on the worship team there, and shortly after I was able to lead.
Obviously by her volunteering in this position, quite a tall order, and yet she was willing to take it on for the glory of God. And
well, we're down a worship leader, we need somebody to lead worship. The person who we had leading worship, who was awesome, Maggie Gefaldi, is having a baby, and so she is going to be out of commission for a while. What do you think about coming along and assisting, and what do you think about leading worship? Well, I think Liz thought, okay, I'll come alongside Maggie for several months and then I'll take over. And it was sort of like, oh no, this Sunday or next Sunday or something, you're going to lead worship for the first time. And so she rolled with the punches very well, and of course, she's done an awesome job.
There was an emergency situation with the music, and Liz really came through.
Liz will go out of her way, spend her own money, do whatever to make sure everything's right for the service. And I love Liz, but she'll forget it at home. And Mike will hop out of bed at 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning just to be there early to make sure everything is all right.
The more I just stepped out and trusted God, the more He increased not only my ability but my confidence and that surety that this is where He wanted me to be. And it was just a real stretching experience, something I'd never experienced before, where God was making me step out of my comfort zone and do something that I'm not used to.
It was really hard. I go through stages sometimes. Sometimes I rebel and don't want to do stuff because she's doing so much there. It's just I feel like I gotta stay home and take care of everything there because she just spent the whole week, getting ready for Sunday or something. But it's actually been kind of a struggle, to be honest, a lot of times. And there's been lots of discussions and stuff about it, but I know that's her calling, and that really means so much to her. So it's really important, I think, for her to do that and to lead worship, to be in front of people and help people. makes her feel so great, which makes me feel good too.
Jesus is everything to me. He's like, without him, I'm nothing. And the music is just, the music's just a side thing. I want to see people that are lost be found, and that's really what I'm passionate about. And whether it's being on stage in front of everybody or whether it's being behind stage helping somebody else be on stage, if there's somebody that's lost, that's gonna be reached, then I want to be a part of that.
I don't think, and God's not done with any of us, but I don't think he's done with Liz. I think that we're going to see amazing things continue to pour out of her as she just continues to seek the Lord and continues to sacrifice and risk for his kingdom.
I look forward to just creating more relationships with people at Paradox and being able to affect people's lives in a positive way.